I'm a huge fan of darker aesthetics. Gothic, horror, sci-fi, post-apocalyptic, things like that. I was scrolling around the other day and I came across this gem. Looks amazing. And it's got deck building and dice rolling. Okay, with real-time combat? Cool, man. I'm in. We all know looks can be deceiving. Is this a nat 20 or am I tossing snakes? How's it going? It's Hesh from No Frills. Welcome to Refund Window, where I play a game for the duration of the 2-hour Steam Refund Window time limit. See if it's any good. If it is, I'll keep it. If it's not, into the bin it goes. Today I'm checking out Lost in Random, a gothic fairy tale action-adventure game where everything is determined by a roll of the dice. Let's get into it. We eat with our eyes first, and although graphics don't make a game, good art direction and design can go a long way. I really like the characters and the atmosphere they've created here. Kind of reminds me of something you'd see from like Burton or Vasquez. Awesome. They've definitely got a familiar yet original flavor going on here. The characters are all really cool, and the voice acting and narration is really well done, which is a good thing because it can be a bit long-winded at times. I try not to spoil things, so I won't go into the story too much, but you'll be playing as a little girl named Even on her journey to reunite with her sister Odd. And yes, there's an evil queen. The areas are linear and well designed. There really isn't a whole lot in the way of like pickups and collectibles though. You'll find a little jar every so often that's got some coins in it. And at one point I was searching for something called a bloob. Still not quite sure what to do with that yet, but I'm only 2 hours in. There are no skill trees or upgrades, but you can spend the coins you collect in a shop to get new cards for your deck. And this is where the game gets interesting, the combat. Although the combat is real time, when you first engage an enemy, you won't really be doing any damage to them at all. Instead, you'll be using this little slingshot to knock these power crystals off of them. As you collect crystals, you'll begin adding random cards to your deck. Once your deck is full, you can roll the die that's on your back. Yeah, that weird little die creature thing that's on your back, it vomits cards for you to use in combat. It's pretty cool actually. Each card requires a certain number of power points in order to like play the card, and that's where the rolling of your little die creature guy comes in. Whatever number he rolls, that's the amount of power that you have to pull the cards out of your deck. Time sort of freezes while all this is going on, and all the enemies will remain in place, giving you the opportunity to like run up behind them and backstab them. At that point, real-time combat resumes, and the cycle repeats itself. It's actually pretty fun. I did encounter what I assumed to be a boss, and he was a bit of a pushover. I'm not too worried about that though, as not only is this still kind of the tutorial section of the game, I'm sure with the deck building and dice rolling mechanics, I'm gonna see some pretty wild fights. There's enough here to give some awesome variety, but it's also really easy to pick up and play. Sounds pretty mid. Is it worth the 30 bucks or not? Now, bear in mind, if you don't want to purchase the game outright, you can get an EA Play subscription or Game Pass with EA Play, and you can play it there. That said, full disclaimer here, I did play for about 3 hours after I stopped filming. I just couldn't put the game down, so I'm gonna say yes, it's worth the 30 bucks. I'd say it was much better than I expected, but I didn't expect anything going in. What I will say is, wow, the game really grew on me. I couldn't put it down. The first 2 hours really does kind of orient you to what's going on, sets up the story really brilliantly, and man, this game is really underrated. I will say that for sure. As with all games, there are some things that can be expanded upon and tweaked, but I really think it's a decent value for the 30 bucks they're asking. I'm having a lot of fun in this twisted little world, and I'm sure you will too. Once again, thanks for hanging out with me, and as always, I appreciate you, and I'll see you on the next one. Play it. How's it going? It's Hesh. If you liked what you saw even a tiny bit, do me a favor, shoot me a like and a sub, and if you're feeling awfully generous, give me a share, man. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks.